positions in that quali? Because I never gave mine.
I think I said either Cassidy or Bueller or Sen.
In that top three, and
I mean, Sen
only
was in the top 3, so that's good
yeah, and
enough.
I don't know what happened to Bueller at the end, and obviously Cassidy retired in the pits, down in 13th, I believe. It's not really a good qualifier from him, but like I said, it's only pre-season. It's not a very serious race, but it's just so everyone is up to speed and same pace, basically. That didn't make any sense. It made sense in my head, but when I came out, it didn't make sense at all. But hopefully everyone's really close together, and qualifying has certainly proved that indeed. But
Yeah.
nice blue skies in the USA as
Look at
everyone
tires.
starts on the formation lap, and it looks like Charlie is on the hard tyres. Let's get the
That's
tyres
interesting.
out.
So yeah, Charlie on the hards, and then we got Bueller, Cassidy, Zook, and Glowstick way in the back on the hards as well. Everybody else on mediums. Oh, and Smolly almost loses it through turn 2. Gotta be careful not to collide with anybody.
Yeah, no colliding, guys. It's the last thing anyone does, especially you don't want to start on cold tyres going up that hill as well.
Yeah, that would not be
As
very
we
nice.
see, who's that right at the back there? Looks like a Williams, which is Bulow.
I think Bueller, yeah, I think he has had some kind of problem off the
Just
start.
on the hard tyres as well. I mean, if he has spun, his tyres are definitely up to temperature.
And Bobby and
I
Nice.
did got,
How did
yeah,
them two collide?
I got a glimpse of one of them on the grass head before the back straight. So that's a good start from them too. Especially from Bobby, who's probably going to be a sitting duck in P5.
Bobby's gonna be very furious at that.
I think Arno is going to try and get that perfect launch to get ahead of Charlie, because obviously Charlie is on the hard tyres, so he will be struggling. I don't know, is there about a second in that between? Oh dear.
Oh,
That's spun.
yeah, I think in the race it's like a 7/10, maybe a second per lap between the hards and the mediums, especially in that first sector. They're gonna feel it, and in that slow part towards the end as well.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
by the way,
interesting.
take it easy, Sen. I know you want to try and get you in position, but don't take life out of the tyres.
Yeah. And don't crash into anybody.
Yeah, which he doesn't beautifully, so that's a good. Speaking of beautifully,
Cassidy.
Smalling has had a mistake.
Oh, so close towards the end as Manuel spun. Come on, guys, we haven't been racing for 1 week, and all of a sudden you don't even remember how to do a formation lap.
This is F2, isn't it?
Yeah. Former F3 with most of the drivers in here, so maybe that explains it.
Right, and obviously, right. Well, we're finally about to get underway of the pre-season race.
Very quickly, who will win?
I think Arno.
Okay, I think Charlie.
Okay, find out. Money's on Arno. As we see, 5 red lights. Lights out of where we go, and Charlie, what poor camera angle this is, there we go.
Charlie got a very good start, Sen as well. Oh, look at the Alpine on the inside. Can't make it, Sen got him around the outside. Do we have anyone?
Between the houses at the back.
But everybody's still facing the right way for now. Let's see how we sort each other out. Why, Cassidy?
Cassidy, come on, man. Trying to root you on here.
Oh, and there's
behind.
that's Reckler. And Misano as well. Them two collided in the middle of the S's, so that's not good for them too. Meanwhile, McLaren won too. Are there gonna be any team orders, any kind of strategy? Of course, it is only pre-season, so who knows how good Charlie and Sen will get along.
Well, exactly. I know it's only pre-season, but this will actually get to know of what strategy knows, what driver knows best from strategy-wise, and actually can they actually work together. Like, treat this as an actual race and just see what happens, really.
Costa is getting 2 positions in 1 corner. Oh, and there's the other Haas having a look. Not quite. Texvax trying to fight back, and there comes the Ferrari up the inside, and he's... Yeah, that was on Bobby there. Just diving down the inside of Texvax, getting spun around.
Down the inside, Rex. Let's go down the inside of Costa.
Good job from him. Very
Lovely
good job
move.
there.
No contact as well, so good clean driving.
Nissan spun around again.
As soon as he made the move, he spun. A few drivers have spun actually.
Oh,
Both
Sen.
passes.
Sen has spun.
Oh no,
What happened
Sen.
to him? He's way out. How did he end up there?
How did he lose it? He lost it where the Haas drivers left it, but how did he end up right around there? But now he's pretty much plumb last. At the back of the field at least, and he's still trying to get temperature in these tyres back. Hopefully everyone can keep on the track, but Charlie leads now, followed by Football. Where's Arno? Arno's fallen down, he's down 11th.
What happened there? We turn away for 1 second, and everybody is just losing it everywhere. We have about half the grid with a spin on lap 1.
Whoa, Rackler's cutting corners there just to stay with Arno, I believe. This is giving me a workout just to find out who's battling, who's not. But Charlie has nearly got he's got a second over Football already on the hard tyres, so he's starting pretty well. Top 3 are pretty much simple line astern, followed by Exide in 4th with Buelow and Costa behind him. It looks like Costa's going to have a run on Buelow. As he goes down.
Get some Buelow is going to try to do the switchback. Is there going to be enough space? Just about. Good racing between them two, but Buelow on those hards. Not making it work yet. But very good first lap from Buelow. He made up, I think, 7 positions.
Buelow's coming back. Around the outside, I believe.
He's going to duck back under again. And now he's going to try to do a Sebastian Vettel and get him around the outside. But Costa on the mediums. Oh, but he actually goes wide, and that's a massive switchback for Buelow. They're still side by side. Can't make it work as we have another spin that's Molly in the back spun round.
There's a good battle between Costa and Buelow. Doing a good show so far. Obviously, he's on the mediums, Costa. Buelow is on the hards, so he will benefit better near the end of the race. So good from him. As you see, Football's getting under pressure now by Mano. Ever so slightly. Obviously, Charlie is slowly getting away.
Quite surprising, to be honest, on the hard. Oh, yeah. And he almost spun him around.
That's going to compromise his exit.
Bunch of time penalties already.
On that free. Couple drivers have Smalling.
We got Weckler, we got Nisano so far with a 3-second penalty. Weckler though, no, not Weckler, Sadio. Now with DRS, it's surely going to get Football.
Yeah, with the ERS as well, Football is not using any. So he's probably thinking about the long run here. It's a nice, simple, clean move.
Yeah.
Mano taking P2. Right, has he got the tyres to hunt down Charlie just to stay with him?
And look at the energy. Mano is on 10%, Charlie is on 67. He's just enjoying life right now.
I'm glad he's happy for once. That's so far, but I could be jinxing him.
Don't
Hopefully
do
you're not
that.
watching the stream.
Don't do that, he's going to be mad at us again. Let's see, meanwhile Ruben and Texax having a massive battle.
I think there's been wheel contact between the pair of them, as they are both on the medium compound, as he spawns again, T-Rex.
What are you doing?
His tyres must be shot right now, because I'm pretty sure he hasn't pitted either.
Yeah,
so,
it's like his second or third spin in 3 laps. It's almost like he's reincarnated this Luke. Like the old this Luke. With his daily spins.
Smalling is running wide on the second to last corner, like what Buelow did in qualifying. I don't know if that's a tactic move, but either way I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah. I mean, if it's an exploit, then we're definitely gonna add that to the director's notes once we race here in the actual season.
Well, I think there's going to be round 2 between the top for second place here, as we see yellow flags in the first sector, which is Smalling again. Which is, both houses are not having a good race so far. Grosstick picks up a 3-second penalty, but now here comes Football to take back P2.
Good come back from him.
Could be a swap and change between these two here, but if these guys keep battling, it's going to bring Idzax into play. Followed by Costa and Bobby, and Buelow is having a challenge. Bobby, I don't know if Bobby actually got past Buelow, to be honest. I
don't think we caught that, because there was just so much happening as Molly gets a penalty for colliding with Nisano. Oh, and Bueller just fighting his way past Bobby there.
And Spaulding has spun again. This is not a good race for Haas at all.
Yeah.
Pretty much 2022. Oh, is someone spun in the background? No. I think that's just the poster I'm seeing. The last corner. My bad. But thankfully there's no crashes at this point now. As
he's not out front.
Costa is trying to hold on to Edzax here.
Bobby's going for it on Bueller again around the outside of turn 1.
Senna puts the fastest lap now.
And he got him.
So he's got his tyres nice and calm now. Hopefully he can now push and try and get Rubens for P12.
And I think football is putting the pressure on Charlie now, just 1.2 seconds again, about 6/10 there, as Molly has spun around again.
I think that's 6 total. Oh, and glow sticker spun in the first sector.
Scotsman.
And that's on the hard tyres as well.
Yeah.
Oh, just still ghosting when Cassidy was coming by. He was also on the hard tyres.
Professional bottle. But football and Sadio catching up to Charlie now. I think Sadio's just going to stay behind football for a second to make sure that they both stay in touch with Charlie out front.
Well, if I was Mano, I'll probably just sit behind and just save your battery.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if Charlie is pretty much in range, you can use it much simply, if that's what you call it. Because Charlie is still just chilling with ERS. I think he's pretty calm. Especially he's on the hard tyre, so I think he knows he's in a good place for now. We have to just wait and see. As
someone lost it, that's Bobby. No, but Sadio. Sadio spun around. And rejoins in P6. Must have lost it in the long right hander. Well. And Cassidy behind him as well in sympathy.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, Cassidy's ghosted. As T-Rex goes through, Rubens is in the pits. I don't know if that's a change of tyres or...
I think he might retire, to be honest.
He's got a 5-second penalty, so it's probably an early bar for Rubens.
So 2 retirements already, that's not looking good.
Yeah, by the way, if people are watching, just a reminder, there is no damage or safety car. This is a pure race to the finish. So, as Evil has got a 3-second penalty as well. Only 4 drivers has got penalties so far, despite all the spins we've seen as well. Looks like Arno with Evil Zook has got 10% of battery, so he's going to be quite slow on the straight. So Arno might have a good chance taking him, not maybe this lap, but the next lap.
Yeah, he should definitely be close
here. Actually,
now.
he's closing up pretty quick, but he's not. As Bueller gets a 3-second penalty. Tried to stay with Mano.
Costa and Bobby with a big fight in sector 3. Bobby got him, but Costa with the switchback now. Going side by side through turns 16, 17 and 18. Costa on the outside, can't hang it around the outside. Bobby stays in front, we have another spin, and that's Mano again spun around. I think same corner as before even.
Yeah, it's not really having a good... George's not really having a good day at that corner, is he? As he comes in the pits as
Don't tell me he's retiring as well.
Is that going to be another early bath?
Yep.
It is. So quite a lot of retirements, which is unfortunate. But like I said, it's only pre-season. People are just learning new setups, I believe. Obviously getting used to your surroundings. As Bobby picks up a 3-second penalty again, I believe. Check the systems later on, but he's used a lot of his battery just to try and stay with Edzax.
Who's slowly pulling away, but the top 2 in a league of their own right now. Football now in the DRS of Charlie, but Charlie with way more ERS. So that's what he's going to do. He is going defensive quite early, trying to break the toe. Can Football launch it? Not quite. Meanwhile, Arno is getting past Evil Zook as expected. And Weckler as well. So Evil Zook losing 2 positions on 1 straight.
I think Eli had a little bit of a moment. He is ghosted on my screen.
Oh yes, yeah.
I think he's paused it, which
yeah. He seems to be
not allowed. Or has he fall, is it? Is that an actual aero? Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, I'm looking at his photo inputs,
Arno is
that's
slowly
definitely
catching
AI.
up with Rackler. Surprisingly, he's behind him, which I'm pretty sure got taken out in the first lap, but he's already up into 8th place. So he could challenge Arno, but he has got less battery compared to a Red Bull driver. As Evil Zeke is slowly joining this battle as well.
So I think is Bulo back again?
Yeah, Bulo's back again, so I don't know what the issue was there. I'm sure that has cost him places. I'm pretty sure he was in 4th place as well. So he's dropped a lot of positions.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bobby and what's that? Atex is also ghosted.
So is Bobby for me.
What is going on?
As Edzak is now out of ghosting.
There's been nothing about them disconnecting. Bobby said his game crashed.
Well, we had no... I mean, to be fair, I'm not getting anyone retiring in the pits, so... It could be a little bit of a glitch on my end of...
Yeah, I think Bobby just has to try to reconnect. But only he is ghosted right now from me, so hopefully he'll be able to join back through the
same with football as well. He's
he's lost a lot of time. What is happening with all those drivers?
This game's been out for quite a long time and it's still broken after all updates.
I haven't seen something like this before on this game, with so many people ghosting at once.
Yeah, which I don't think is any of the driver's fault. I think it's quite like a deja vu back to 2020, I believe, where you just randomly just disconnected to the main lobby. So it might have something to do with that, but obviously it looks like Edzak is back up to P3 now. And football is still not back. I believe he's TV football, just changed his dead gamer tag.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is still ghosted, so Edzak may have a chance of getting P2. But to be honest, despite all the spins, they're all still pretty close together. Very surprising by that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a big gap between Glowstick and Senna, but Senna's doing quite well despite that big spin on lap 1. He's slowly closing back up to Evil Zeke.
What kind of belts do we have? We have Bulo right behind Arno, and we got Kostya putting pressure on Edzak as well.
Right. Football and Bobby are back now in their cars.
Yeah.
So see a spin. Looks like Arno, I think it is, and it is. Saw that in the background, got on the power too early, I believe, unless he made contact with...
Could have been Bulo. Now Bulo was right behind him. Maybe Bulo outbroke himself, but it could just be that Arno lost it under traction.
Well, Bulo's getting slowly under pressure by Rackler on the medium tyres, so the medium tyres have still got life at this stage with 10 laps in.
Yeah, I expect to see the first few stops in like 2 or 3 laps maybe.
From the medium tyre?
Yeah, from the medium tyre.
It's probably the earliest stop, and you probably can go... Oh!
Arno retired in
the pits. Which is a shame. Because he was doing quite well. Yeah, unfortunate for him. Now we've got 13 drivers left. Which, to be fair, I think that's a really good result compared to previous races.
I mean, then again, if we would have had damage on, I think we would have had like 10 drivers left after lap 1, so maybe in terms of driving standards there needs to be some improvement.
Yeah, that's very true. As Rackler is pressuring Bulo now.
Yeah. Also big fight going on for P3.
He's got DRS. Edzak defends, but here comes Rackler. Makes the move on Bulo, nice, but Bulo's got the inside line, keeps his nose in. Rackler holds around the outside, good drive from Bulo. Now it's turned to the inside for Rackler.
Oh, he's trying to get him around the outside, gonna get pushed onto the curb, but he's still there. Beautiful fight that he's putting up. I think the hearts are gaining a bit more time on the mediums now. Weckler is still there. Still sending it close to contact. And eventually he got him as Costa as the first one from the lead group to pit.
Yeah, he's the first man to pit. He's going to gain out of this. We'll find out. As I think Bulow and Weckler are still battling out.
Yeah.
Weckler goes a little bit deep. Yeah. Still keeps position.
It was a beautiful battle between them two.
Again, which is Cassidy.
No, that's Nisano spun around. Nisano actually retired out on track.
He's clearly had enough.
Yeah. See, meanwhile, Bobby is putting the pressure on Edzak. He's right behind him. But he has very less energy.
Yeah, these guys are really pushing now, come up to the pit stops. Now they know Costa has pitted, so this can be a threat to these guys. But if they battle too much, they're going to lose time to Costa instantly. Yeah. But Costa is on the hard tyres, so he's going to take a lap or two just to get them up to temperature.
I think Bobby is running a lot of wings because he was losing time compared to Edzak on the straight. But when he launched it around the outside, and he does make it work. So yeah, Bobby definitely running more aero on his car. No opening for Edzak. Bobby goes defensive. I think that's the move done for Bobby.
Keep his line. That should be job done for P3 at this moment. But who's going to be the first guy to pit? Maybe Edzak, just to get that place back in the pits. As you see, T-Rex
Bobby's staying out. Oh no, Bobby is going in. He does take the ball out with him, so if this would be a proper race, this might be a penalty for him.
Where's he going to be compared to the Mercedes driver? Because they were really close on track.
Let's see. He's going for the hearts as well as expected.
Mercedes is coming through the last corner now as Cassidy is spun in the background. Already in last place, not a good day for him.
Let's see. Here comes Bobby, where's Costa? Costa is still gonna be behind him, but Costa's tires will have a little bit more temperature in them, so Bobby is really gonna struggle now through this first sector as Cassidy gets a penalty for speeding and retires. That's our sixth retirement of the night.
Yeah, look at that gap already. 3 tenths, 4 tenths in a few corners by Bobby's cold tyres, and he's already pretty much at the back of him. So, but I think the worst is done for Bobby now because it's all mainly straight. Hopefully he'll get those tyres up to temperature.
So the undercut did not work out for Costa. He might have had a little bit of traffic as well, I'm not quite sure. But the undercut not working for him.
So Senna is overtaking Evil Zug is still holding on. But the inside line breaks a little bit later as he gets the switch back on him.
He's going to try the same thing again.
And the same guy, Barakla and Bulow up ahead there, still fighting on different tyres. Oh, but a little bit of wiggle from Bulow as Senna is still behind the Mercedes.
Yeah, and Football is in. So and who's that coming in? I think that's Weckler. Yeah, Weckler, Edzak and Football are all coming into the pits now. As we have a spin and that's Texax spun around again in turns 17 and 18.
Yeah, looks like Bobby has got those tyres up to temperature now, but Costa is now with him with DRS.
Oh, and I think them two might actually get Edzak. Yeah, Edzak is dropping back behind them, so...
And now he's going to have cold tyres as well, so he's going to struggle even more.
Yeah. He must have had a very bad lap on those mediums, as Zook and Sand still battling through the S's. And Zook's still in front of the McLaren. I think the mediums are slowly losing their pace now.
Yeah, but they're going to lose time just by battling so much on old tyres as well. Especially Senna after his spin. And you can see the back end slowly getting away from him, so he surely will be pitting this lap at least. Yeah. If he is pitting, he shouldn't really be fighting. That's a good camera angle that I'm trying to get. So he holds around the outside, just get ahead of his front wheel there.
Finally got a move done on the Mercedes, but yeah, the mediums are definitely starting to drop off now. So he should pit rather soon. Same as Texax, who had about 1 billion spins so far in this race.
Yep, still hanging on though.
And Kostya has lost a lot of time to Bobby all of a sudden. He's 2 seconds
Bobby
behind him
has
now.
done the inside of glow stick, and he's got the move done. Obviously, glow stick has not pitted, so he's still going to have to put on the mediums.
Oh, and Zook and Senna both pit. That's interesting. 15 laps on the mediums for Zook then. That's going to be quite difficult.
Yeah, you've done 15 laps coming into this, and you got less than 15 to go. So yeah, I think it's doable as Bureau takes a 3-second penalty. But Senna is going to be a sitting duck to him because the mediums gather temperature quite nicely, unlike the hards, and you start off with a very twisty first sector.
Yeah. Let's see, I think you can see Zook just gonna catch up with those S's. Oh, actually not so much. Both of them keeping about the same gap, but yeah, those mediums will come up to temperature faster than the hards, so that battle should resume very shortly. Meanwhile, we got Glowstick losing touch to Bobby. We got Rekla on the back of Texvax. Texvax yet to pit on those mediums.
Yeah, Glowstick has got DRS on Bobby. Obviously, it's not really for race position because obviously Glowstick will have to pit. So it'll be quite interesting where he comes out. As Rekla is going around the outside of T-Rex, but they've made contact, I believe.
No, I think Texvax just lost it completely under traction. I think his tires are completely done at this point.
He is the only one on medium tyres. So this could be curtains for him unless he's going to carry on, which I hope he does. Just for our commentator's sake, to be honest. As Rekla gets a 3-second penalty again, I'm pretty sure he's in the double digits as T-Rex has gone wide. And now he's gone back into the pits. Is he going to sit to the limit? Yes, he is. Hopefully he can carry on. But yeah, it's a shame for him. Hopefully he hasn't practiced that much to be in that position.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more from him to come. Let's see. As the field is fairly spread out now, Sen is just ducking underneath 1 second of Rekla.
Yeah, the closest battle is them two, and obviously Edzex and Custom might be battling just very shortly. Yeah, now it's finally just settling down ever so sudden. So, pre-season, I'm guessing this is the only pre-season of the season.
Yep, this will be the only pre-season before we get started next week in Bahrain.
So I hope everyone's been practicing and obviously getting the right setup, and this is just a good demonstration of how smooth you can on the tyres. But apart from some drivers getting penalties, more than half the grid have got penalties, so that just proves this is such a good game.
God, it was a good save from Sen. Sen completely lost his back end under braking. Great save from him there. But yeah, hopefully drivers will put in enough practice for Bahrain, hopefully more than they did for Coda, because this does look a bit challenging to some of those drivers. As Charlie gets a penalty. And goes into the pit.
I think he's pushing now just to get the mediums on. But Rekla has got 12 seconds penalties.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. Sen diving it on him, Rekla sees it, that's some good awareness from Rekla there to see that dive coming. And Sen gets a move done. But yeah, I think Charlie is probably going to pit either this or next lap, because like 12 or 11 laps on the mediums is definitely possible. As we have a yellow flag and Texvax spun around.
And he's pitted as well, so after going the hards, and now he's done and dusted with 10 drivers now still running.
Yeah. So if this would be a proper race, at least everybody would be getting points, so yay.
Smashing.
God.
But, I mean, I have to give some credit to him because he actually is still hanging out on there despite all the spins he's done. So I can't really complain too much. I mean, I'm the expert of DNFs, to be honest. But a lovely camera shot of Charlie just powering away up front with the helicopter cam, which I'm really a big fan of.
Still
I mean, I wish you
kidding.
could actually have a personal helicopter cam, which would be
where you can like select
so
which kind of
much.
cam it is. That would be so cool.
Yeah, if I was just a personal streamer, I would just have it on that mode all day.
Just constantly on the
No
hero
on
cam.
boards, just helicopter cam. So on board glow stick with the same helicopter cam. It's just a shame he's just doing his own race on a fresh medium, so hopefully see if he can get fastest lap, whereas Bobby's got a 3-second penalty.
Let me check the penalties really quickly, see where everybody's at. So Charlie is on 3 seconds, Sen is on 3 seconds. Budo, Bobby, and Glowstick are on 6 seconds. Evil Zook just got up to 9 seconds. And Vector, as you've already mentioned, 12 seconds of penalties. So, yeah, quite challenging, I guess, this track with the track limits, because there are quite a few blind corners.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the first sector is pretty easy to get a penalty because obviously you're coming up at fast, sweeping left, right corners, like Maggot to Beckett, but more challenging. And you pretty much have just to send it because if you need to correct, you're just going to lose time. So you got to commit to your line.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, to some of these drivers, it just hasn't been.
Oh, and Charlie's in.
To be, well, luckily it's only pre-season, but as we see, Ed Zax and Costa is finally having a battle, and Evil Zook and Rackler. So those are the two battles so far.
See, Charlo and Bueller both in, so both the leaders are in. Where's Charlie gonna come out? It's actually gonna be a bit close with football, I think.
Okay, but as Charlie is comfortably ahead, Charlie, do not bottle it, okay?
Now you jinxed him. Now he's gonna bottle it. And 3, 2,
oh dear.
1.
No one's watching you, Charlie. No one's watching you.
Absolutely no one.
TV football is not closing in or nothing.
Yeah. So his time is stuck on 15.7 seconds. I'm not sure if that's quite correct.
Yeah. F122, you gotta love it. But the gap between football and Bobby is pretty legit. As it's the time is just stuck on 15.7 seconds. Hopefully it's not like that to these drivers.
But yeah, Bobby is definitely going to fight football here for P2 because I think P1 is pretty much secured for Charlie as long as he doesn't.
Here comes Bueller on a fresh medium set, going past Evil Zook on the inside.
Easy move.
As Rackler is slowly just hanging on to that 1 second on hard tyres. As Evil Zook is just put on the power too much just to stay with him. I think trying to do like a little undercut to Bueller, but he backfired on him. So now he's down to 9th place. Hopefully he won't be able to push it by Glowstick with those messy tyres. Battle for the wooden spoon. We'll see. As Charlie has now finally fixed his Delta.
And Zook spun again.
Yeah, Evil Zook is now plumb last now.
Yeah, gotta be really careful with those hot tyres. But he doesn't have at the third spin.
I mean, the battle he just had with Bueller, I just seen Bueller in the background where Evil Zook is now. That just shows how much time you can lose by spinning with the dirty tyres. It's just so painful to watch and even to endure, so it's not a nice feeling. But we just have to live with that for now, as Charlie is just pulling away now.
Bobby dropped out of the DRS window.
He's got that gap to football. But football is pulling away from Bobby though.
Yeah.
So,
meanwhile, only better on track seems to be for P4 between Edzak and Kostya.
Yep, Edzak has got a DRS on him, so he might just chill behind him, recharge that battery and attack later during the race. As Costa is pretty much on 40% of the battery. compared to Edzax, who is pretty much on 40% barrier as well. As we see, Sen is getting threats from Bulow, ever so slightly, 1.1 seconds the gap between them two. Charlie has posted fastest lap as a 36.2, I believe. So he was absolutely flying, but he doesn't want to push too much. As we know, he could just spin any. I'm trying not to laugh when I just mention it like that. As Brackler has got another 3-second penalty. What's the as Iwazuka spun again.
I think you're disqualified when you get like 10 penalties, I think. So he's about halfway there.
What, it's about 21 seconds?
10 penalties would be about 30 seconds in total. So if he has 15 now, he'd be about halfway there. Although it might be earlier, I'm not quite sure. I don't think, I've ever seen someone get that many penalties.
After pretty much a good result to start with, but it ends up like this. He's not retiring though, actually. So I'm guessing he's going to go for fastest lap on the softs, is he?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to get the fastest lap on maybe and just call it a night. As Bobby has closed up to football. Unless there was a mistake, because the gap was really significantly big. I think, pretty sure it was 3 seconds as Bobby. Oh!
Did you almost hit him?
Made it. Yeah, he did. Bobby made a really reckless dive bomb on football. Thankfully, he managed to keep it on the road. Hopefully, he's got a second chance, but keep it clean, boys. It's getting close to the end of this race. It's only pre-season.
Yeah. So we've got a bunch of battles lining up now. Bureau on the back of Sen.
And Sen's catching up to Edzax and Costa, so could have a four-way fight for 4th place.
Yep.
As Costa's going defensive quite early, but Bulow is
going to get him. He's getting forced to the inside work quite aggressively. But he still gets past. Sen going to do the cutback.
The main wheel slightly, but they managed to keep it relatively clean.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the bit of side-by-side battling that we had, for the most part, has been clean. The only problem was really drivers just bottling it on their own.
The thing is, though, would they still be clean battles if they had damage on? Because there were quite a few rough battles, like earlier on with TV Football and Bobby. I think Bobby would have had damage to his front wing with that dive bomb the previous lap.
True, but apart from that, there's only been like a bit of wheel banging here and there, but I wouldn't say too much reckless driving as Edzak is going forward on Costa around the outside. Can he hang it around the outside? No, he's just going to be fed right into the sausage curb. Still stays there though. Now is the inside for turn 13 and gets it done. Beautiful move from him.
Yeah, but now Bulow's right at the back of these guys now.
Oh, look at the grip
Costa's got more battery out of all of them so far. So he's probably playing the waiting game, but he spun!
No. He got a little bit too wide, got on the dusty part of the racetrack.
Yeah, he's probably done the undercut, I believe, on Edzax, unless he got a little touch from Bulow. I wasn't in the right camera.
I don't think he did. I think he just lost it being too far on the outside, like so many drivers already in this race.
Oh, just keep your head, mate. Just get to the line. I know it's for 4th place, but it's just one of those things. Because I think some of these, like, your mind thinks the car can hang on, but you just forget they don't have a grip rear end on these cars, do you? Your mind just goes out of the window when you're in a scenario like that.
On old tires with a bit of fuel in your car, you know, it always feels like, especially through long corners like that, that your car is right on the knife edge of grip, and sometimes you just overestimate the grip you have.
Yeah, as we're on Edzak's rear wing camera angle, see what the distance is.
Still good for fastest lap.
Yeah, on soft tyres, by the way, so it's really no surprise. I think he just wants to prove a point with what he can do. It's just not his day on this track, unfortunately. But you really didn't really catch up on that DRS, so it must be Oh, it's a little
that's
dive
beautiful.
there. Luckily, Edzak managed to see him.
That was absolutely beautiful from him.
Right, but now he's under pressure now. Now he's got to be the guy who actually pulls away with low battery and probably very worn tyres now. As you can see, his back end wanted to get away from him there. Now Edzak can probably just chill behind him till with maybe 2 laps to go.
It's going to be a very good fight for P4. Meanwhile, battle for P2 heating up again, just 3 tenths behind Football and Bobby. Oh, and that was definitely a corner cut.
There. Yeah. It's worked for him. Oh,
is he going to try
really
it?
Slow.
Yeah, I think Bobby is just carrying a lot more wing than Football, but that means that on the straight under DRS he isn't really catching up to him.
As we have pressure in Edzak now.
Yep.
So something's happened to Edzak. He's just lost some pace all of a sudden. Yeah. He's probably still in range of Buelow's DRS to defend. But again, Buelow is flashing, so he's going to be desyncing down the straight. So how much can Edzak close up? Very much so, actually.
Quite a lot. Is he going to dive it? No, he's not.
Very close though, but Senna's keeping an eye on these two.
But now Buelow should have a better tyres as Bobby and Football going side by side, and Football is going off track. Yeah, I think Bobby sent it on him.
Keep it on the road, guys. You're literally at the end. Charlie is now just cruising now.
And Sen got past Edzak. Yeah, I think Edzak is really starting to struggle in those tyres.
So I think Edzak has lost some performance on these hard tyres. He's not really used.
Bobby! Oh god, that was a good dive from Bobby and good awareness from Football, where he absolutely sent that into turn 1.
Oh, well, you don't have to be side by side.
Football is still keeping the position. I'm very surprised by Football coming up from F4, battling for P2 in F2 like that. He's showing some great pace right now.
Yeah, and I think Bobby was one of the challenges for the F3 title.
Yeah.
And he's getting, I wouldn't say outdone, but he's getting challenged by the F4 driver. Where did, I don't know if you would know, but where did Football finish in F4?
I checked that yesterday when we did replacements. I can't remember for the life of me where he finished. I remember Steven saying that he was bloody fast. And we see that today.
And he's not, is he not the champion then?
No, JB won the championship. The absolute unit. Actually, I'm going to check the F4 standings right now.
And Football's in F2 holding back an F3 challenger.
Yeah.
And he's just dropped him. Unless Bobby made a little mistake, putting the power down. But yeah, Bobby's showing him. But Football's actually holding it really well. FCC, Edzak is still trying to hold on to that 1 second, but after a little wheel spin, I think Senna's just got away from him now. Probably have to settle for P6. I think this is pretty much the majority racing order on track at least.
Yep. See, Edzak is dropping off from Sen. He can't hold his tyres under control.
The main battle is for P2 with Bobby and Football.
Yep.
Pretty much. In the most dying laps. Hopefully they will keep it clean.
Yeah, you can just see Bobby has more grip through the S's, but messes up his line a little bit. Sen gets a penalty. So it's going to affect him.
I think just trying to stay with Buelow, but it's not working for him. But he's got a good gap to Edzak, so there's no threat from behind. Bobby is coming back at Football again.
Yeah. He just doesn't have the speed. Look at that. Football is even pulling away on the straight. So Bobby must run some massive wings on his car.
Excuse me.
So, I'm checking the standings right now. Football finished P4 in F4, but he only did half the races.
P4?
Yeah, but he only joined like 4 races in or 5 races in.
See, I know what they're just driving through. From an F4 driver challenging P2 in F2.
P3. Yeah, P2 and P3, yeah.
swine, but he's doing a good job to hold on for P2. Bobby is putting all the pressure in, but he is going off track limits a little bit, Bobby, so he's getting... looks like he's getting a little bit desperate.
And even if Bobby gets past, remember, he does have a bunch of penalties. I think he is... Yeah, 6 seconds worth of penalties. So football basically just has to keep his tires within track limits, and he should be good.
Yeah, he can pretty much drive with one hand if he wants to. He's so smooth on the track. Pretty much one of the 3 that doesn't even have penalties.
Yep.
So he might, obviously, this race, this is all one-off, and you can just see Charlie just run away with it. But with safety cars and obviously people crashing out, he might have a very good chance of challenging for the title.
Yeah. I remember he was in AI for a few laps, and I think he lost like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, as
that
Bobby goes down the inside.
Oh, that's a lunge.
Yeah,
Pushes Sen off.
that
That was. Yeah, I think he's getting desperate now. Let's no.
I
mean,
think
that's
he
kind
did
of.
let him through though, I believe. He's
not
got
sure.
DRS.
That's the reason why some F3 drivers didn't necessarily like Bobby that much last season. And football.
I mean, I don't really need to say anything. I mean, he ignored my text mentioning about what happened in Monza, so...
Yeah.
That's a little bit naughty. That's
no.
naughty, Bobby.
Yeah, shouldn't do that. Now he's taking him through again. Sen has caught up to Buelow, so I think Buelow's tires are starting to drop off as well. So it's going to be a battle coming our way. Now he got past, I think.
Let him through, unless he had to.
I think he got an illegal overtake, but Bobby, fair enough, kudos to him, does let him through again, because I think even he realized that was a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, just a reminder, Bobby, if that was a real race, you might get penalised for that, and plus you would have gave both of you damage, so please take that in note for future races, please. If you watch
Sen and... Oh, Buelow spun on the apex of turn 1 or something.
Oh,
was that some kind of issue there?
I don't think he was under pressure, and Bobby gets another...
I mean, Sen was right behind him, so I think he did have a bit of pressure. I'm not sure if Sen hit him, or if he just lost it on his own.
Well, the gap was pretty big, unless...
No, Sen did catch up to me, it was like even half a second. He was getting quite close, because Buelow is seemingly struggling on those mediums now.
Charlie, after that battle for P2, Charlie's just run away with it completely now.
Yep.
1.5 laps to go. It's pretty much a basic race for him. Pretty much, would you say, Vettel dominance from Charlie here?
It is quite reminiscent, isn't it? Pulling out like 1 or 2 seconds in the first few laps and then just staying out front. Oh god, no, you remind me of Vettel again. Now I'm sad again.
He's probably going to complain about something knowing him. As you see, Bobby in football fighting again. Obviously, Bobby took it a little bit more cleaner this time.
Yeah, I think he's still going to try to send it on that last lap. As we have a yellow flag, and that's Buelow spun around, so his tires must be absolutely done.
Now he's Costa now. Might actually challenge Buelow with his tires overheating. Which he will. Oh, but the dirty air with Costa has just spun him right round.
Oh.
With the new designs on these cars, it doesn't really benefit much. But no matter how close you are, you're still going to get that dirty air. Not gripping your front car enough.
It actually feels like on this game the dirty air is a little bit more of a thing compared to last game. Funny enough. And again, the dirty air was never much of a thing to begin with, so... Maybe it's actually moved a little bit closer to what it's like in real life.
Yeah, but now we're on the last lap now. Charlie, with a 12-second lead, he's probably going to go for a fastest lap here using his overtake. But now, what's going to happen for second place, on track at least?
Football is using his energy.
Yeah, but I think... Obviously, Bobby has not got that straight line speed, even with DRS.
He can close quite a bit on the brakes thanks to his downforce, and he's going to close again in this last sector, but I don't think he's going to be close enough.
As close as he was, he looks more close now, but he's going to show his nose. No, he's not, so I think that could have been his chance now. But what a beautiful drive for football, just in general, with no penalties, and with the connection issues I don't know if we're doing any driver of the day, but he is surely my driver of the day. As Charlie wins the USA Preseason race ahead of season 16, TV football with no penalties, into P2, followed by Bobby, Senna, Ed Zacks, who's probably going to get P4 on penalties.
P3?
He's got P3. Wow.
Damn. Good job, Ed Zacks.
2 seconds, pretty much. And here comes Bulow. After a very tough fight, managed to hold off a P6, followed by Rackler P7.
Overtaking Costa P6 without penalties. Good job from him. Close second, Evil
Zook. That's probably your race finish from the top 10.
Yep.
For a pre-season race, and with 10 drivers, it's been pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean, we still managed to gather some data considering the pace. I think overall, looking at the grid, I think the grid is selected quite well. You know, there isn't like anyone that's massively slower. Lizano maybe, but he had a lot of spins. I think he's getting used to no assists. And I think if you wouldn't have had some of those spins and some of those connection issues, someone could have actually challenged Charlie up front. So I think overall, as long as everybody keeps it clean, we should have a fairly exciting season in front of us.
Well, hopefully, but we did have a few cars off on the first lap, of course. But hopefully everyone will sort themselves out.
Yeah.
Basically, get into a few lobby races and just see how your car feels in that. But now, Charlie is on the top step of the podium, heading into season. Sorry, I was holding that in. But yeah, Charlie is on the top step of the podium on the pre-season racing. The USA Grand Prix, heading into season 16. He's probably will be in this league, but we just have to wait and see for other results. But at the moment, it's a good start for him.
Definitely. I'm gonna quickly check all the race laps, all the lap times, just for data gathering. I just checked with the other commentators. We will not be hosting any interviews because it is only pre-season, and because we don't want to hear Charlie because he's just an annoying posh boy. No, we love you, Charlie. You know it.
Yeah, so does Butler. But that's it for the pre-season for FRL. Next time will be next week, I believe.
Yep, in Bahrain for the first round. Until then, we might move the grids around a bit, depending on what the pace differences within the tiers look like.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that. But at the minute, it's Charlie's on. Is leading the way for F2 for now. But that's it for FRL Live pre-season, and we will see you next week at 7.